It's going to be a very difficult decision that Gareth Southgate will have to make, and it sparks a lot of debate between friends, don't they, about who they would take in their squad to the Euros, who the 23 would be, who realistically will be watching on tonight thinking, I can still make that squad.
Well, it's interesting because Gareth Southgate has basically said that, look, when it comes to naming his squad for the Euros, they're the players who are in the squad at the moment. And then he said there are 7 or 8 other players who realistically have a chance of getting in that squad. I think we can start by looking at the defence. Who will be the players watching the game tonight thinking, I can still get in the squad in the summer? I think the first one is Trent Alexander-Arnold. A lot of people surprised that he's not in this squad. I think if he plays well for Liverpool, and Liverpool, for instance, get to the Champions League final or win the Champions League, then it'd be very difficult for Gareth Southgate to leave him out. But he's got a lot of options at right back. Then it's Michael Keane. This one's a bit of a strange one because he was in the squad for the 3 games in November, played well, hasn't really done anything wrong for Everton, but he's been left out of this squad. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, another player who was in the November squad. He's obviously left Arsenal. He's on loan at West Brom. He thought that maybe getting more time at game time at West Brom would improve his chances of getting in England's squad, but that doesn't seem to have happened. Fikayo Tomori. This one is a real wild card. I think it would be a surprise if he got in the England squad, but Gareth Southgate has called him up for squads in the past, and he's playing very well for AC Milan at the moment. So I think he still has a small chance of getting in that squad. Jordan Henderson will definitely be in the squad as long as he's fit. Obviously, at the moment, he's recovering from a groin operation. Hopefully, he'll be back soon, get some match fitness with Liverpool as well, get back in the England squad. And finally, Harry Winks, a player Gareth Southgate was asked about a few days ago, and he said, look, I've got a lot of time for Harry Winks. I know what a good player he is, but it's difficult for me to pick him in a squad when he's not playing regularly for Spurs. So I think Harry Winks has a bit of an uphill struggle to get in the squad. He needs to be playing regularly for Spurs. But those are the kind of defenders and defensive midfielders who will be watching the game tonight and thinking, look, over the next few weeks and months, I still have a chance of getting in the Euro squad.
There's a few more that you could have put on there, couldn't you? But we'd be here all day. What about the other end of the pitch, the more attacking players?
Well, look, I think the first player who will definitely be in the squad, if he is fit, is Jaden Sancho. Now, of course, everybody's seen what he can do for Borussia Dortmund. He's out injured at the moment. He's played very well whenever he's played for England, so I think he will be in the squad. Tammy Abraham, Gareth Southgate has picked him in a lot of squads. Obviously, he's been injured, but he just started training, I think, yesterday with Chelsea again, so he still has hopes of making the squad. Danny Ings, Callum Wilson have both been in squads as well. They are out injured at the moment. Harvey Barnes as well is out injured at the moment. Jack Grealish, he is the player that every England fan wants to see playing for England in the Euros. He is the player who's got the wow factor. He is the player who can make things happen. He is the player who could have a similar impact this summer as Paul Gascoigne had in Italy in 1990. That's the kind of player he is. For a long time, Gareth Southgate didn't seem to trust him at international level, but they sat down, had a heart-to-heart a few months ago, and he played in November, played very, very well. Obviously, he's out injured at the moment, but he started training again, I think, with Aston Villa 2 days ago, so he will definitely be in the squad. And finally, James Madison, who's having such a fantastic season for Leicester. Again, a couple of times Gareth Southgate hasn't seemed to be completely sure about him. I think James Madison has found it that he's had to prove himself to Gareth Southgate to get in this squad, but he's had such a fantastic season, so I think he's still got a chance as well.